So I'm walking from my hotel to SeaWorld, and the way it's telling me to go, it says no pedestrian access private property. So I don't really know where else to go. I guess I'm just gonna go down a block and go over because it's right over there. I actually came home this way last night in my Uber, but I didn't realize that what I was looking at were the lights on Kraken's truck, or on the lift, I guess. So when I was here last, pipeline was still under construction. There were like fences around it, and there were also fences in the penguin area. So I kind of figured that there were gonna be 2 new coasters, but the fact that I also didn't get on Icebreaker makes it 3. So we got some new credits to do here. So there's already people on Manta, and there's already people on pipeline over there. So yeah, we already got some stuff to do. I still think I'm gonna hold to doing Manta first. I really wanna feel that whip in the back row first thing in the morning. I don't know if I need to stop by guest services for my GoPro. I don't really want to have to go up to a ride just to be turned away because I just want to get footage right away. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even see a guest services. Oh, there it is. Right when I was saying that. So apparently at SeaWorld Orlando, you do not need a card. You can just show it to the employees and they'll let you bring it on. That's sick. Well, we're going to Manta first. I'm gonna sit in the very back row and... Yes, sir! I just got 2 incredible rides on Mako. Both sides at the end on the last car, the left and the right. I don't really prefer a side, but the back row is definitely the best row on this coaster. That pretzel loop is awesome. Shout out to the people that let me ride with them a second time. I did not feel like walking around that long ass line again. Guys, we made a little mistake. I was not really paying attention to where I was walking. And instead of walking to Pipeline like I wanted to, I just walked over to Mako instead. What are we gonna do, guys? What are we gonna do? I just got off Mako. I got 3 rides without even leaving the train. All of them were in the same exact seat, the back left. Wow, that's a good ride. I think that may be my favorite hypercoaster. It's definitely this or Nitro. It's kind of hard to say which one has like the better setting. It's also kind of hard to say which one has the more complete layout. I tend to lean towards Nitro because of the helix. Also, when you go into the mid-course on Mako, it's kind of weird. It's not perfectly smooth. Besides that, it is a smooth ride, but I know that kind of sounds like a nitpick. Wow, Mako is still an incredible ride. So I finally made my way over to Pipeline, and I see Icebreaker testing as well, which is a good sign. But we're gonna do Pipeline first. I am very excited to experience my first ever surf coaster. Sounds like there's some work being done in Pipeline's maintenance shed. Of course, it stops when I start filming. So I just got off my first ride on Pipeline. I'll explain that in a second. But while I was on the ride, my GoPro, right before we were about to launch, shut off, so I didn't get a POV or anything, so I'm gonna have to do it a few more times. Pipeline was cool. It's basically a stand-up coaster with a gimmick to it. It is pretty comfortable outside of the vest restraints. The vests are a little tight. On top of that, it is rattly towards the end. Don't know what's wrong with that. Probably, I'm assuming because it's just a surf coaster, but I don't really know. It was good though, it was fun. It was definitely a unique experience. Now I gotta go get more footage.
Please escape that barrel. When your surfboard comes ashore, lift your hardest.
Made our way over to Icebreaker. I'm mainly worried about getting footage. Like I said earlier, I'm in really no hurry today, so just taking my time, enjoying my time here. Time for Icebreaker. So everything here is basically running one train, but so far there's been no one in line on every single coaster, so it hasn't been a problem. I have to go get Kraken done because I saw that was open, so I'm gonna make my way over there. Yeah, so those Icebreaker trains are just way too small. It's like that for every premier coaster, so for every single one, that's gonna be my complaint. But it's still a good ride. The backwards launch has good air time and actually has a pretty good layout. I wasn't really expecting much from that. It was good though. So I'll probably come back to that at some point later, but I'm gonna go do Kraken. So I just walked all the way over here, but this isn't even how you get to Kraken. I kind of forgot the layout of this park, so gotta go back. Getting some cool shots of Penguin Trek though. This whole area looks completely different with this ride here. I just decided to get in line for Penguin Trek while they're here. If there's a coaster they're probably not running with one train, it's probably this one, but I don't know. I just decided to get out of the way while I'm over here. So weird. It's actually not a bad ride. It's pretty fun. It's got good theming on the inside. It's I would say it's smooth, but it's not. I just don't get why smoothness even has to be an issue on a ride like this. Like it wasn't like let me emphasize, it wasn't to the point where it's like unenjoyable. It wasn't even close to that actually. So before you exit, they make you go past the penguin exhibit, and it is so cold in here. I would like to stay in here longer, but it is just too cold in this room. I love how the employee that's waiting by the door is all bundled up because it's actually freezing in there. Like I could not stand in there for more than like a few minutes. So we got that out of the way. The cool thing is last time I was here, this pathway I'm on was actually closed because they were repainting Kraken. Yeah, this whole area was closed off last time. This looks a lot better. All right, let's go on Kraken. Oh, front entrance. Didn't know where I was going for a second. I guess it's still early in the day, but lines here have not been an issue at all. There's pretty much been no one in line for every single ride, except for Penguin Track, but that was running 2 trains, so it didn't really matter. They are running 1 train on this as well, so there is a little bit of wait for this, but it's not bad at all. I could have just gotten a really cool shot of Mako and Kraken there, but I missed it because I was recording the roll over here. Kraken is a very good B&M looper. It's got a pretty standard layout. There's really nothing unusual to compared to other B&M loopers, outside of the fact that there's a second vertical loop, which is cool. But it's a very smooth ride. I got a ride in the front. I'm gonna do it again for some extra footage. But yeah, I was actually pretty impressed with this one. Very happy I hopped on Penguin Track when I did, because it's a 55-minute wait now. Crowds are building up a little bit, so I'm mainly just going around and getting footage. I need to get more footage of Kraken, but I just can't really find any good spots to stand for that. So I was trying to get footage of Kraken, but when I was on Mako just now, I just saw a test with an empty train, so I'm assuming it broke. Outside of being outside the park, I really don't know where else to stand. You can kind of tell everything surrounding Kraken's layout is just kind of employee backstage area, so there's really no good spot to stand, but I think this is probably the best I can find. I just saw maintenance people on a golf cart heading towards Kraken, so I'm assuming it's still down. I haven't seen one go since that test run I saw, so we'll see. There we go. I'm gonna look around for more spots, but like Kraken is a very difficult ride to get footage. The best place I found is Mako Station and then the exit ramp. I just got footage of Mako going down the lift hill. Now I'm trying to run over here and get footage of the turnaround. I'm back on Icebreaker and I decided to top it for a front row ride since we're only running one train anyways. So I didn't know this, but if you're on Icebreaker and you disobey one of the employees, they put you in this cage right here outside of the ride. It's pretty cool. Fortunately for me, I did not have to suffer going in the cage myself, but I have seen someone that has, and it's not fun. I got one more ride on Icebreaker and took a little break. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit. It's funny, there's really no clouds above us, but it's still raining. I won't lie, I know last time I came here I didn't get the best experience, so I probably wasn't in a position to be impressed, but this time around at this park, I'm very impressed overall. Like, it's just a very nice park. I've had a great time here. Lines have been minimal. Crowds are light, granted, but you know, that's kind of the luck of the draw some days, especially on a Tuesday. So last time I was here, I actually did get the new journey to Atlantis. I think there's actually a POV on my channel, but since I've been here, I've been told that they completely rethemed it. Of course, it still has the same layout. I'm always excited to try out these types of rides though, so can't wait.
Some guests. It may cause injuries to some riders with pre-existing conditions. Guests with any type of prosthetic device should ensure that it is properly secured.
So we got a little moist, not too bad, but first drop was a little bit worse. This is how I wish Escape from Pompeii was at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. This just has more of a complete layout. It's not just the indoor section. You got the big drop, then you have the indoor section. I just think that's a lot better. That was actually a lot of fun. I had a lot more fun on that than I remembered. The lift hills are a little rough. I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna go check the Kraken line real fast because I think I'm just gonna get a few more re-rides on that and just see how things go. It says 20 minutes for Kraken, but I'm a single rider. I could probably slip on quicker than that. So we're gonna go try. I just got off Kraken. I sat towards the back this time. I don't think that's my favorite B&M Floorless. It's not a perfect ride. I think the layout is a little wonky in some spots, although I don't necessarily hate it. Also, it is from the 90s, so it does have a little bit of a rattle, but it's nothing that bad. As of right now, it's definitely gonna go over Dominator. I think it's better than Superman at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. I think it's also better than Rougarou. I still think my favorite floorless is Medusa at Six Flags Great Adventure. That one's just awesome. I just got a ride on Journey to Atlantis in the very front, and I just got completely soaked, so just keep that in mind if you go on this ride. It's actually pretty fun. It's a little janky, especially on the lift hills, but it's overall pretty smooth. But yeah, like I said, this is probably my favorite water coaster that I've done just because of the two distinct sections. I think to dry off, we're gonna go get a ride on Mako, preferably in the back row, but I'll take anything, honestly. So I just sat in the very back for Mako and got a cool reverse POV, which I'll show you right now. Okay, I won't show you the whole thing, but there's a little bit of it. I am low-key about done here today. I've gotten at least 5 rides on everything, not even an exaggeration. I am gonna do Mako one more time in the front. I'm doing so because my feet are still extremely wet, and I'm gonna take my shoes off and hope they dry out a little bit because I don't like walking with my feet wet. Look, I got the dogs out. Woo! I just got one final ride on Mako in the front row, dried off my feet a little bit. That was nice. The people beside me were so confused. They were like, what is wrong with him? Man, that's such a good ride though. Mako is honestly, I wouldn't call it underrated. I think it's pretty honestly rated for what it is, but it's such a good ride. It's awesome to have it here. Honestly, I can't really imagine this park without it. I do think with all the kiddie editions that they have, I wouldn't really call Icebreaker a kiddie edition. Same with Pipeline, but I wouldn't really consider them like full scale like investments, like major roller coasters. Something like Mako, for example. I do see that like maybe for their next edition, that would be something that they would add, especially if they're gonna get a roller coaster. I think they would just do a full sized one at this point. With like their timeline, you know, they've gotten 3 rides in 3 years, so it's kind of hard to say when they'll get their next one, but I think it'll be pretty soon. That's going to be all from SeaWorld Orlando today. I am coming back tomorrow, but I'm not sure I'm going to be doing a vlog like I'm doing today because they're basically going to be the same videos. Do expect some other content coming from SeaWorld Orlando. I had a lot of fun here today. It was nice to get on all the credits that I've been missing out on all these years. It was nice to go on Kraken, get some regrets on Mako. I'd say the biggest surprise of the day was probably Icebreaker, mainly because I kind of didn't expect anything from that ride at all. It actually had some good airtime. But I think that's going to do it from SeaWorld Orlando today. I'll catch you guys whenever video I upload next, whether that's a review or whatever. So I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.